Ever have one of those days, guys? Yeah, that was today. Hey everyone, Don here with Don's Question of the Day. Guys, welcome to Friday's edition of DQOTD. Of course, if it's Friday's video, you know what that means, guys. It has the results for our weekly poll as well. So we got the results for the question of the day and the weekly poll. Here we go. Make sure you stick around for the latter part of the video to find out the results for a weekly poll. Here we go! Guys, it's the apocalypse. It could be zombies. It could be chemical warfare. Maybe there's a worldwide illness and it's killing everybody. But it's the apocalypse. It's happening and you got to do something. So the government's coming out saying, hey, you know what? We'll send you up to outer space. You can live your life out there. Everything's paid for. This is government. We're doing what we can to save our species, right? Or we have these underground bunkers and underground areas where you can go and you can live the rest of your life in these bunkers. So that's what today's question is all about. It's between those two things and figuring out what you're going to do in the apocalypse. So today's question is, would you rather escape the apocalypse by living underground forever or living in outer space forever? And I shouldn't have said forever with this question because it's confusing, but no, we're just talking about the end of your life, not like eternity. So I just wanted to throw that in there for you. Well guys, right off the bat, I'm thinking I'm going underground because I'll take my chances underground. I want to stay on my planet. I don't want to go up in outer space and take my chances out in the black, cold darkness. No thank you. So I don't care what the government's got out there for me. I'll take my chances underground when it comes to the apocalypse. So that was my answer. 65% of you said you would rather go underground for the apocalypse and spend the last of your days, whatever that might be, underneath the ground in these top secret bunkers. So there we go, 65% for that. And then those of you that said outer space, of course, 35% of you said, sure, beam me up, Scotty. Sounds like partly in the future we will have a community that's mostly based underground during the apocalypse. I'm just kidding. This this silly question that I came up with doesn't really prove anything. But it does say that what we talked about today, the people that we talked to, they prefer underground, and I can understand that. Let's keep it at home, you know? So that was today's results for the question of the day. And now, unfortunately, we're going to kind of a somber weekly poll this week. It's kind of long and hard to answer, really. So here we go, guys. Let's check it out. The results for our weekly poll for this week. If your spouse was radioactive from exposure to radiation, obviously, and coming within 10 feet of this person, of your spouse, would result in exposure to you the highest levels of radiation that would most likely give you deadly cancer in a couple years. It would only take 2 years for you to possibly, you know, get this really bad cancer. I mean, you would get some sort of cancer and it could be deadly. Most likely would be deadly. In a couple years, would you still pass that boundary? Would you still go to your spouse to comfort them and to be with them when they've been exposed to this radiation? And it does say, side note, your spouse will pass away, unfortunately, in 2 to 3 weeks. That's all the time they got left is 2 to 3 weeks. So would you pass that boundary to be with them and comfort them? You know, where does your, I don't want to say how far does your love go, but would you do that? Would your spouse want you to comfort them if they knew that? Maybe they're not even mentally capable of thinking about that at that point in time. I don't know. This is a tough answer, or tough question to answer. It really, really is. I struggle with this question, trying to come up with an answer. So here we go with the results for this one. So basically, your spouse has 2 to 3 weeks to live. They've been exposed to radiation. If you go within 10 feet of them, you're going to get this deadly cancer within 2 years. So the answers were yes, I would, or no, I couldn't do it. And maybe possibly no, my spouse wouldn't want me to do that. So, but you know, love can do some crazy weird things. So sometimes it's not about whether you die or you live. It's about being with that person to help them out. So here we go. 83% of you said, yes, I would do that. I would go to be by my spouse, to comfort them, to tell them I love them, to say everything's going to be okay. When in fact, it's not, at least here on this earth. So it's a tough one, guys. It really is. 17%, of course, said, no, I couldn't do it. So, crazy, crazy question, guys. It really is. But 83%, that's a lot if you think about it. That's a lot of positive response there. So way to go for you guys. I'm not saying there was a right or wrong answer. It would be different for everybody, and maybe your spouse wouldn't want you to go near them. They would want you to live on. They wouldn't want you to, you know, get cancer or something and you know, not be on this earth and not have you go on to live your life. So there we go, guys. A hard, tough question to answer for this week's weekly poll. And that's going to do it. I'm going to wrap it up for today's video. Guys, feel free to comment down below either on the question of the day for today or our weekly poll in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about these questions. Go ahead and like that video up if you so choose. If you do like the video and the content that you see on our channel, make sure you share our content too, because that really helps us out. Subscribe down below, that red subscribe button. Make sure you push that and help us out by subscribing. It's free and it helps me out, so I would really appreciate that, guys. And ring a ding a ding, that notification bell right by the subscribe button. If you push that, you'll know when we come out with a new video. That's gonna do it for us today, guys. I'm Don. Question everything. We'll see you in the next video. Enjoy your weekend. Appreciate all of you guys. Bye.